Hello, this is the Prussian Prince with another special video for you guys. This is going to be Victoria 2 Heart of Darkness first look. And Heart of Darkness is the second expansion of Victoria 2. The first one is House Divided, which I'm not really go too much into depth right now. I'm just gonna go over Heart of Darkness. So basically, it was released on 16th of April 2013, and it includes the following features: a new colonization system, new naval combat system, significant changes to land combat, introduction of international crisis, introduction of newspapers, and tweaks to industrial production. Now, as always, when it comes to first looks, I'm just gonna go over the interface and how the game generally feels hands-on, like the moment you buy it and you start it. And I have to say that I have not touched it before starting it up just now, so I have no idea how the game is. Same as what I did with March of the Eagles in my first look. But let us begin. So as you can see here, you have home, Paradox, probably their website, and Facebook and Twitter, the game, I assume. And we have single player, multiplayer, tutorial, options, credits, and exit buttons. For credits and exit, we are really not going to touch that right now. But let's go over options. We have game options, autosave interval, difficulty, counter distance, and shortcut tooltip. You've pretty much seen those in other Paradox games, so nice and easy to set up. Then we have video. You have details. Well, let's start with what's first here: resolution, refresh rate, multi-sample level, gamma, details, and advanced water. Obviously, if you have a good computer, you're going to be able to max these out. But personally, I don't like multi-sample level. I don't usually use it. Now the problem here is that I noticed a little glitch. It's also present in other Paradox Interactive Grand Strategy titles. Even though you set the refresh rate to 60 Hz, what happens is that when you restart the game, it'll say it's 50, but it's still 60 in the settings file. And I can assure you that the game is running at 60 Hz, even if it says 50 after you start it. So that's a small glitch, it seems, in the game. At least that's what I think. If I'm wrong, just correct me. But let's move on to audio. We have master volume, effect volume, and music volume. Obviously, this is very self-explanatory. I prefer to turn off the music volume just in case of any track in the game getting detected as basically copyright claim or something, so I don't want to get into trouble on YouTube for that. Then we have, I also max out effect volume and just lower master volume because I want to be heard on videos. Then for controls, we have scroll speed and zoom speed, fair enough. We don't actually have any settings for hotkeys here though, which I feel like they could add a section where you could edit the hotkeys of the game. This is what really might make the game better. I realize that you can do this by editing the game's files, but that's not really friendly for the average consumer, which they should be thinking about. So this probably is something that they might add in the future. But let's go back to the main menu and take a look at the tutorial. As we can see, it's nicely structured. You have basic, medium, and advanced. You can start from the beginning, and once you finish a tutorial section, you'll get the ability to choose whether you want to return to the main menu or continue to the next tutorial mission. A little bit of nitpicking by me though, but I noticed that when I start a mission, one of those tutorial missions, or whatever they're called, basically you cannot quit them until you finish the section, so that's a little bit annoying, but it's okay, I guess. It's the tutorial anyway. It's not really part of the game, but it is very helpful for new players. So that's something that maybe could have been improved. Then we have, obviously, like all of these will become more difficult and as you move on to other sections. Then we have multiplayer, and this is the usual Paradox multiplayer screen with player names scanned for local area network games. You can host a multiplayer via IP game through this, and it will also show up under LAN games if you're in a LAN with somebody. So obviously I can't join LAN game since there's no game over here. Join internet game, you enter IP here, and you're basically in. Meta server, this is also the usual system that the Paradox Interactive Grand Strategy titles use for meeting up with players. Basically you enter your forum account here, its username and password, and once you register your game on Paradox's forum, then you'll be able to log in here and talk to other players and host games on the meta server. But let us move on to probably what most people are going to play, which is single player. We have the country selection screen. This is what everybody does. I mean, this is what everybody is familiar with. This is what you see in Hearts of Iron 3, what you see in Crusader Kings, what you see in Europa Universalis, and also in Victoria 2. Like, you don't actually pick your country from a list. Well, you can do that, but before you only had the option to play countries from a list, which they have improved on as time passed. Like, it was Hearts of Iron 2 and older games. But it's great that now you can choose your country by clicking on the screen. Fairly useful. And over here you can see the military score, industrial score, and prestige. I believe this is. And you have two campaigns, the Great Campaign or Grand Campaign and the House Divided. The House Divided is the expansion and basically it deals with the American Civil War. Not going to use that right now. So I'm just going to select the Grand Campaign. You can see here description of the campaign. And when you select the nation, the overview of your nation will be displayed here with its population, what kind of population it is, the prestige, industry, military score, if it's great power or secondary power or anything else. Number of players, obviously it's only one because this is a single player game, and this is your ranking of your nation. But let's go ahead and click play. One thing I have to say though is that I like the art of the game, but the interface, it's probably going to be a little bit hard for a new player. You can see you've got production, budget, technology, politics, population, trade, diplomacy, and military. So let's go through each of them. Here you have production. It shows your factories over here. You can select or hide specific factories which produce certain goods. Then you have foreign investment. And over here it shows your investment in foreign countries. And this is the sphere of influence, score, opinion, and how much investment each country has made, I believe. Now the production, here you will see what you're producing. You can see military goods, raw material goods, industrial goods, and consumer goods. Then we have projects, and those projects, basically it's capitalists that fund those projects. And we have budget. This shows our income, daily income, and if they're unhappy or not because of the tax. As you can see, a lot of those are unhappy because they're not really getting their needs, any of their needs actually. You can see what type of population is under each category. So for poor people we have craftsmen, farmers, laborers, slaves, and soldiers. For middle we have artisans, bureaucrats, clergymen, clerks, and officers. Then we have the rich people, aristocrats and capitalists. And we have gold. Now for our expenses, we have national stockpile. You can see there are 3 different sliders that you can change. This wasn't here before. Not sure if this was added in A House Divided or in Heart of Darkness, but I think it was added in Heart of Darkness. Then we have education, administration, social spending, and military spending. Of course, tariffs, and you can take loans or give loans. Well, normally you will take loans and you will give loans automatically, I believe, if my mind serves me right. Then we have technology. Here it shows you what kind of what you're best at researching. It says plus 15 to Army Tech Research, for example. We have Army, Navy, Commerce, Culture, and Industry. And you can only research one project at a time. It's unlike Hearts of Iron 3 and more like Crusader Kings, except there are no levels. And also the other thing is that you can only research one at a time, whereas in Crusader Kings you can research multiple technologies to help specific things. But let's not go into that. Then we have politics. Here you can see a lot of information about your party and the kind of laws you have, reforms, movements, which is bad. Like, you don't want to have movements. You have decisions here that you can take. They have improved this from last time I saw. And you have release nations, which you don't normally want to do. And here you can see type of government, what kind of power it has, the pluralism, we have revanchism, and we have all the parties over here. You can see the ideologies, but nobody can vote right now because we have no voting under vote franchise. People's ideologies, so you can kind of expect what they may vote for. So probably like conservative population is going to vote for conservative party, like here. So you'll need to be wary when you change your vote franchise. Then we have population, and this is just basically a lot of information, whether they're getting their needs or not, luxury needs, life needs, everyday needs, and luxury needs. You can see the issues, the religion, the workforce, ideology, nationality, and here's the culture focus that you can give, which basically improves something in the specific region. You see the amount of population. If you click here, you will see the actual provinces that the region consists of. Then we have trade. So a lot of information again here. You can see what the needs of your population, the activity on the market, stockpile or common market, and you can actually automate this or do it by yourself. So you can see that there's also, oops, what did I click? Must have clicked details. Yeah, there's also quite a lot of options over here, and you can also, where was the button? I believe it was somewhere in I thought there was a button that allowed you to only buy from your stockpile or something. It looks to be gone. Or maybe I just don't see it. At least it used to be somewhere. Maybe it was I don't see it. Maybe it's somewhere, but I don't realize that's what I was looking for. Yeah, I don't really see the button. So I guess I'm just gonna go over to diplomacy. And here you will see our new thing. Show great powers, show wars and war justification. Those were here before. But you have also crisis, which is very important. And basically this is self-explanatory. Here you can influence other nations to become part of your sphere. You can change their opinion of you. A lot of actions available here, like justify war. And actually I didn't see this before, so I think that this is also new, the war justification, which is very cool. You can justify a war and basically forge a casus belli that you can use against them. Sort of like Europa Universalis 3. Maybe I don't remember this well, but I don't think it was there before. At least I don't remember it being in original Victoria 2. So obviously we have crisis, but we can't check that out right now. But basically you'll have supporters on each side. And what else is there to look at? Well, we can look at military. We have the ability to auto-create leaders and auto-assign them. We will see here our armies and our navies. We can also build an army from here, kind of units we want and such. We can mobilize, which we don't really want to do. And this shows the production impact we would have, which would be kind of bad. And also another new thing here, unread newspapers. Newspapers are an addition to Victoria 2 in Heart of Darkness expansion, and we also have, besides military power, we also have this new stat over here, which is colonial power. That's also new. But anyway, that was my first look, and actually they have added, I believe, battle plans. Here we go. What this button does is it hides them. And here you can save plans, you can edit the plan, but I'm not gonna bother going into it right now. It's basically how Hearts of Iron's plans look like. You also have a lot of map modes, which I forgot to show. So it is a lot of very in-depth in terms of map modes, and you have crisis map modes and relations, civilization level. I believe, well, at least crisis map mode was not there before, but I believe there are also a couple new map modes. I don't remember all of them though. Anyway, this was my first look at Victoria 2 Heart of Darkness. You can find the game on Steam or Gamersgate, but be sure that make sure that if you have purchased the game previously, buying expansion packs on Gamersgate for your Steam game may produce issues. So I would recommend that you have the game only from one distributor, just to make sure that everything is fine. But anyway, hope you guys and girls enjoyed. If you want to see more, don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Google+. I will see you in the next video I make. See you later.